All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex with the Stock Operator channel, and this is another account update video. In this video, we're going to go over the account value, the equity curve, our current drawdown, some positions that we're starting to add back into the portfolio, and what we're going to do going forward to manage this little dip that we're getting in the market. So if that's what you're into, stick around. All right, so currently the account sits at 121,257. We're nicely up on the day today. This is Friday as I'm making the video, and we are down about 3.26% or $4,089 over the 1 month. And as you can see, the 1 month is starting to include, the high end of the equity before we started our drawdown. So, we are starting to get back into this market because we're in a nice little dip. So we're slowly adding exposure. So this is kind of what the portfolio looks like at the moment. And if you guys watched our last week's video, we were pretty heavily in fixed income. And then as the market's dipping here, we're starting to slowly get back in. So we still have some options positions, that we had, but because the market's been dipping so much, we've started to actually start, buying some stock positions again. And we'll go over which positions we got, later on in the video. So if you guys watched last week's video, we are, trying to keep the account, relatively muted here because we're kind of wary about this dip. And it could actually go deeper than, many are expecting. But also, we're still playing for that bounce as well. And we don't want to do anything too crazy towards the end of the year. We had a nice year. Trying to end the year around 25% ish. Right now we're about 20. So we are in short-term / long-term options in these positions you see here. We have Circle, which is a stablecoin player. We got this Zim, CoreWeave, Fangs. These are oil stocks like Fang, EXE, and E. Some materials like Alcoa. Qualcomm is a semiconductor. And then we have some aluminum plays, natural gas plays, some international stocks like STNE, and then we just recently got this Pega, which is a software stock. Along with the options, we started to dip back into some positions that we had actually before in the account before we liquidated everything, but now some of these things are down, 50% from when we sold them, so we're getting back in. We got back into LEU. ELF, Celsius, and BMNR. We started getting back into that. And then we also have some new positions like this Figure, this BWXT, Twilio. And then I also did some buys today, but the account doesn't show it. We bought back into BE. Or actually, we never owned BE. We just bought BE, Bloom Energy. And then we also bought StubHub. And I think that, yeah, that's all we got. And earlier this week, I think yesterday, we had some MicroStrategy preferred shares that we actually picked up. But yeah, so that's what we're doing there. Oh, and we have some of these international stocks here, BLDP, SGML. So yeah, currently this is the drawdown. We are kind of in around a 4.6% drawdown. We were actually at one point yesterday, we were up, above a 5% drawdown, similar to the market because the market was kind of really tanking yesterday. But yeah, I think like the market should do okay for the next few days because, we're already at a extended red cycle. These things don't last too long. And it's looking like this red cycle is going to last double the normal. Normal red cycle is about 6 days. This one's probably going to be a 12 to 13 day red cycle is what I'm kind of preparing myself for. And right now it's like a 5% drawdown, but sometimes, with these 12 to 13 day red cycles, you can get a 9% drawdown. So we still have a lot of dry powder ready to, commit to this market if we do get that extra 5% drawdown. So this is something I wanted to kind of show you guys here. This is what's driving some of the positions that we entered this week was I like to use this website. It's called Whale Wisdom. And yeah, it basically just shows you some of these big portfolios, these really nice managers and what their positions are. And this is, of course, Stanley Druckenmiller's, family office. And so I was taking a look at his, 13F here and what positions he added. And he added two unusual positions because as you can see here, these are sized, 1.7%, 2%. These are big positions, and these are small cap stocks. If you could see, he's got some positions here in some larger cap stocks, and he keeps it to about zero point 0.3, zero point 0.5 ish percent. I mean, even his Amazon position is 2.3%. So these small cap stocks, this StubHub and this Figure, to have that large of a position size shows that he has some relative conviction in these names. So we checked out those names and we liked where they were at. And so that's why we purchased it. We actually got StubHub like 60% lower than what he paid for it. So, I mean, maybe he sold, I'm not sure. But yeah, we picked that up today and I'll show you guys later on in the video. And then this Figure, we paid higher than he paid. I think he paid like 36 bucks, or maybe he got in on the IPO and he's already in a double. But yeah, so we picked up that Figure, and Figure's a really interesting stock. I mean, this is like the first crypto stock that actually has a business model with crypto, which is pretty remarkable. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that, and then I want to go over some stuff, some of these positions I entered on a technical basis for the rest of the video. So if you guys are interested in technical analysis and interested in why I'm getting into these things and what I think about the market, stick around. All right, so just to start off the technical side of this video, I'll just show you some stocks that I actually entered today. First stock I entered was this BE, this Bloom Energy. And so this thing had been getting away from me. I wanted to get involved with it, but it's just too risky. At least with the way I trade, I want to wait for it to kind of pull back below the quarterly moving average, sort of undercut it, and you buy that kind of dump into the quarterly moving average, which we got today. I mean, even though it's kind of making a little head and shoulders, reversal here, we were buying when it was down 20% on the day. And I think if I look at a 3-minute chart here, yeah, we were buying right in here. And yeah, once the 16 period moving average, once it came back and it overtook that, it started to move up a lot. So we already are up nicely on that name. This is Bloom Energy, and I mean, honestly, it could keep going down lower, but we got a 1.8-ish% position, so we can actually buy more of this thing as if it continues to go down, because we want to be involved in this name. This is a very, very strong name. I was also checking out some cycle analysis on this thing, so you can look up here at this indicator I have. This is basically a MACD sort of a thing I created with different moving averages than normal. And you can see this thing moves in pretty clear cycles of about 4 to, I guess this long one's a really long one, but 4 to 9 months. You just connect the tops of these cycles, right? And that you get the tops of the MACD, and then you get the cycles of how the stock moves. So yeah, I mean, this stock peaked right here at the top here. Even though it continued to go, the momentum was kind of waning, but the top of the cycle was here. So we're looking at a 4-month-ish downtrend or down sideways action in this name. So I think it could go sideways for some time. This is in Wyckoff, we call what's happening right now the automatic reaction in a larger base. We think this is going to go sideways, but it's such a volatile stock that yeah, if you buy at the bottom of this range, I mean, you can get a nice little double here. This is going to be a 100% range, so we're into that. So we got BE as a new buy. We also bought the StubHub today. We actually got kind of lucky with this one. We actually bought right down here at the lows of the day, and it proceeded to rally a lot. So it's like 6% intraday from when we bought. We bought it when it was down 2, and yeah, it closed up the day 5. So we like that. This StubHub, this does concerts, concert ticket sales and stuff like that. And I think, we got a lot of nice data today from, or we got the employment data yesterday, but we also saw some big moves into trucking companies, and a lot of guys are buying restaurant stocks again. So potentially, I think the consumer is going to pick up here. So I think StubHub will do decently well here. If we're looking at the IWM here, which is the small cap stocks, or I honestly think this looks fantastic here for the bullish side, because we had this nasty day yesterday that everyone got all scared, and they probably sold everything yesterday, and boom, we got it almost all back. So, and this is the inside candle, but we're gonna watch it. But if this thing gets above 240, I mean, this thing looks pretty nice here. and a nice little shakeout before the breakout of this index. So yeah, we got into StubHub, we got into BE, but then we also bought. We wanted to keep some fixed income, but we got a 4% position in this STRC. This is a MicroStrategy preferred share. It's the second best one. You know, the STRF, the Strife, is actually the best quality one, the highest on the cap stack. But we like the variability of that other, the STRC, where if it was to keep going down, we would get more and more yield. So that thing is supposed to be kind of closer to a SGov type, uh, instrument. So that's what we liked about it, and that's why we didn't go after Strife, which is the other preferred share. But yeah, I think all this stuff with MSTR, getting delisted from a lot of these exchanges because of the MSCI stuff. I mean, who knows what's going to go on with that? But I mean, it is kind of going parabolic down. Uh, but I mean, look at all this volume coming in. It's getting close to the bottom here. I mean, maybe it pukes out a little bit more, but I think it's very close here. It's not a bad risk reward. Same thing with BMNR. We started getting involved around $30. So we're a little bit down on it, but well, I mean, we don't want to add too much because it's kind of already breaking through some levels that we thought it wasn't going to break through. So don't want to add too much. It's a decent size, got a 2% position in that thing, and we're doing okay with that. So, I mean, that's basically everything I wanted to talk about in this video. We got BE, we got STRC, we got StubHub. We basically are trying to just slowly average into this market because we know that, this thing can go down another 5% and we want to have some cash ready to go. I'm a little bit, hesitant on this market because it does, there's just things under the surface like the long-term breadth that look like it could go into a bear market. But, if you look at this top, this is a very, it's only been 1.5 months, okay, from this first kind of major reaction right here, where I think that the top started forming after that candle. So 1.5 months, I mean, that's pretty short. So if we take it from here to here, and the conclusion of that, that's 2.5 months for this top. Okay, and then if we go all the way over to 2021, in this top. So if we consider, yeah, I guess we can consider this. So if we do this, 2.4 months. So we're still a little bit early here for this to actually be a top. That's why I was buying yesterday, because this is only 1.5 months. So I could totally see something where this thing goes all the way back up, maybe up to here for a late November, strong December, get everyone bullish again, and then proceed to go into a serious bear market if that was going to be the case and we were to have a bearish market. So yeah, that's why I don't think there's any way that this thing would actually kind of continue to puke down. It's just not enough time for this stuff. So that's our thinking. We're starting to average in, and yeah, that's it. All right, guys, if you got any questions or you like the video, hey, please hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment if you guys are curious about anything, or you want me to check out any of stocks that you guys are interested in for next week's video. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.